Okay, Assalamualaikum. Morning.
Waalaikumsalam, Doktor.
Hai. Hey, apa khabar semua? How are you today? Good?
Alhamdulillah, good.
Good.
Good, Doctor.
Okay, so you're already in third week of the semester? Okay. So, very fast, yeah? Next week, possibly some of you having your midterm already. Okay, as early as week 4, week 5 or week 6, because in week 7 we have to come up with your midterm result, and in you have your assignments, all that. Talking about assignment, yeah, sekejap, I think I should record lah, much easier. Hold on, Okay, as I mentioned, we are already in week 3. There's some of the things that I need to discuss with other 2 groups on the assignment and group project. Hopefully by this week we will have a briefing, and to combine all the groups lah for the briefing, hopefully later. On Wednesday, I'm giving you your individual assignment, inshallah. Right. So today I'm covering on the planning and scheduling, still on chapter 2. Hopefully by this week, I can wrap or finish up on 2nd chapter, and then next week we proceed with the 3rd chapter. For now, on the planning, I already have finished with the chapter. I mean, in terms of your slide, in chapter 2. Yesterday I did upload some of the files. I would like you to download and have it for the class today class, and also for your exercise on the scheduling part. So talking about scheduling, on the notation part, we have Gantt chart and network diagram. And these 2 actually much easier to conduct in the class, face-to-face class. However, hopefully later when I show you the example, you can understand as well through your reading, because on the files there is one notes that I give from a snapshot from a books actually on the network diagram. Okay, you can read later, and then on Wednesday we can go through together to understand, especially on estimating the scheduling using Gantt chart and network diagram. So maybe I can share. Okay. Now I want to share the slide first, which is the network diagram. No, the Gantt chart first. We go for the Gantt chart. Did you manage to download Microsoft Project? Class? Any of you download Microsoft Project for the exercise? Can you see Putra Blas here? Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, Doctor.
Right. So this is what I mentioned just now. There is exercise on scheduling part in Word. Okay, Microsoft Word. Scheduling part 2 also in Words. And notes on network diagram is the one that I mentioned just now. Uh, Only from this example, you will understand better on the network diagram. Okay, senyap je ni. Macam tak bermaya dah. Third week ni. Class, are you okay?
Okey doktor.
Okey, doktor.
Alright. Okay.
Okey, ada lagi.
Doktor kena ambil attendance ni.
Attendance, apa? Later I will call your name. Just wait for it. I lebih suka panggil my student lah, so I can know your name. I can at least notice that you are in my class, right? And if I just use the Putra Blast attendance, seems like you just simply just click and then that's it, right? Okay, we have 2 hours today, so should be no problem lah. Hey, this is what we have done. I mean, I already covered all this. Hopefully, you can see or at least see the importance of the planning and scheduling for the project management.
Doctor,
Yeah.
sorry to ask, network diagram, is it something like Projek?
Um, but chart, then possibly some difference a bit lah. If you go simply do some browsing, put in per chart there, actually notation itself can be slightly different. It doesn't matter in a way of because it's also helping you in terms of scheduling. In the class, I may not show you everything on the scheduling part, but we would like you to have these two because this is the basic in terms of to understand about the scheduling, right? So if you browse here, just put in activity diagram. Sebab activity diagram actually in terms of naming, when you do the browsing, dia akan give you result differently. Differently means the activity diagram in the on the design, kan? So that in this class, hopefully lah, in terms of naming, tak perlu fuzzy sangat, tak perlu make you confusing. Okay, sebab let's say for example, just now I type in, show you. I type in very simple searching, okay, like activity diagram. Okay, to answer your question. Right. Kalau put in activity diagram, of course it will give different result lah. For example here. Okay, activity diagram, this is part of the design, right? In the development, this is on the design part. Okay, but I keep mention it network diagram. Okay, so network diagram, if you put in that diagram, okay, it will give you sort of like this. Right? Sebab in general, network diagram is the architecture part. Okay, yang mana it will give you this one. But for this particular chapter, okay, we name it as it is because that is what we refer to that particular references lah. Okay, so and network diagram here, what we covered in the class in chapter 2 is about planning and scheduling. But this one usually what they in apa dipanggil in other maybe in apa in network punya ni scope is better they will apa tu highlight as in terms of this particular apa tu representation notation lah. Am I asking I'm answering your question? Boleh?
Yes, yes.
So for chapter 2, if I mention network diagram, this is a one. Okay, yang kita cover in the class lah. Okay. So that is on chapter 2. Tadi. Right. So we have gone through all this. Okay. So activity network, for this particular chapter, kita call activity network atau network diagram. Okay. Right. I already mentioned on this one, which is the very basic understanding what we are going to have is that on task, duration, and dependencies. That is a very basic information, which is we need to indicate how long each of the tasks or activities should be allocated, and what are the dependency of each task to other tasks. Right? It can be one, can be no dependencies, can be one or more. Right? So all this actually decided by the team of the developer. Okay, meaning that they are the one who decide how long project. They may have the constraint how long the project allocation, how long the project should be completed. Okay, so in detail on the planning and scheduling, it up to the team to decide on that to manage their own scheduling, right? So once they decided how many tasks, how long, and what are the dependencies, then it will they need to comply with that particular arrangement, right? Arrangement. So for this class, this is a very
Sorry, doctor.
yeah.
One of my friends said, can you let him in?
Masuk ramai. Ni kena tinggal ni. Kalau bas, dah memang kena tinggal dah. Siapa tu? Who's talking just now?
Me, Abdullah.
Oh, okay. It's late. They are late, so should be the left. Ah, kan? Okay. It's okay. Right. 38. We have 31. So now we have 27, 29, 28, right? Okay. Is there anyone else? So as I mentioned, to move on from this particular schedule, okay, there is certain notation that can be to and then yeah, so down please. That's my son beside me here. Okay. In talking about in terms of scheduling itself, in the class we are covering that two notations I mentioned just now. Then and these two are give a certain way in terms of representation, right? So, for example, Gantt chart. If you already have your Microsoft project, you can start on to put in all these tasks, duration, and dependencies, and then put in the data, and then Microsoft project, for example, will help you in terms of the schedule in okay. And for the class, of course, we are using the tool Microsoft Project, or possibly you can find other tools as well. Okay, because there's one of your friend mentioned to me um, having problem in terms of downloading the Microsoft Project. You may have other tools as well to explore, okay, or use later to help you on the planning and scheduling. Right. Move on from this table. Okay. We may all, this is, I want to show you. This is activity bar chart. Okay, activity bar chart. As well, this one is a Gantt chart. Okay, Gantt chart which is represent in terms of duration on the top here. Okay, and the activity on the left column. Okay, start here and finish on the right. Okay, so from left to right. Okay, this is later when you produce your Gantt chart as well. This kind of arrangement lah, more or less, but it depends in terms of how you modify the diagram of that. I think there's some. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Um, so this is activity by chart, or as well as I call it Gantt chart. Okay. Um, the Gantt chart, okay, the Gantt chart itself represent in terms of it delivers, I would say, delivers some information. All right. Instead of just now we have in terms of table, okay, rows and columns. We may as well use this kind of notation to to um, to give some information about on your project scheduling. Okay, and from this one also possibly give different way in terms of information, right? More simplified, I would say, more simplified instead of you have the diagrams. And from here you can see in terms of the from the project start until the end, right? And from here as well, you can directly can see how long the project can be finished. Okay, okay. If using the table just now, you possibly just can have this kind of information. But if you use Gantt chart, for example, this one, you can directly can spell out how long the project will finish. Okay, how long a project will take and can be finished, right? So from this example, okay, with this, all this, the same, I think the same information just now from table, then you can know that you once you finish with all the activities, okay, up to here means that the project should be completed, can be completed in 11 weeks, right? No, it's 12, right? So 10, 11, 12, in 12 weeks, okay? So that is what um, I would say certain information that can be delivered using certain notation. Okay. In the lecture notes also, one of the things, most important information is that critical path. From here, from here, we cannot identify critical, simply identify from this diagram. No, this table. Okay, but using other notation, we possibly can identify the critical path. Okay, as mentioned before, I think we have done all this on the critical path, which is to identify the path, and also from there we can identify which one is the critical path. Okay, which is the highest number of when you sum all those path that you identify. Okay, so the highest number, total number, is the one that what we mentioned as critical path, and it is the shortest time where the project can be completed. Okay, means that the earliest project can be completed. Okay, and possibly there is a delay, right? But when you do those arrangement in terms of duration, dependencies, all that, that is the earliest that project can be completed. Okay. So what we're going to have later is again, we can identify critical path, okay, using the network diagram. Okay. Before I move on to the example, other example, one of the um, things on the planning and scheduling is not only about time management, where you manage all those activities in terms of duration, but there is one other thing is on the work breakdown structure. WBS, work breakdown structure. That is the one where you are not only identify the activities, the duration, dependencies, all that, but also who are the person in charge. Okay, who are responsible on those activities. Okay, okay. Let's say you have 10 people involved in the project. It doesn't mean that all those 10 people are doing the same the same activity, they follow all the activities. Possibly there are two people concentrate on first part on the requirement, for example, there are programmer already assigned the task. Okay, so who are responsible for which activities also we need to identify or spell out. Okay, although let's say that is the arrangement that being known by the team members, or they know that what are their specific tasks. Okay, or possibly later there will be slight changes, but in a way of from there they know their specific task for that particular project. Okay, just bear in mind in reality, possibly one person not only involved in one project at the same time, they possibly involve more than one project. Okay, so this is one example of output when you use Microsoft Project. Okay, and from here the things that you can the team can use to guide them in or to monitor their work progress later. Check what we have. Okay, so for now I'm focusing on this Gantt chart and network diagram. Yeah. So now I move on to the next file here. Okay, basically this exercise scheduling part 1. Okay, it's an exercise lah, right? It's basically class activities that I put in here as an example. Okay, so for just now, actually in the lecture notes, it's just give in terms of initial like activity task 1, task 2, task 3. So this example are more real where you have your example. Let's say in the project we have phases here, analysis, okay, design, implementation. Okay, so for particular example for now, okay, let's say in your analysis phase, okay, you have got data gathering, you have data flow and design analysis, sub activities, or phase and activity. Okay, proposal preparation, then even detailed activity, you have to spell out everything here. Okay, so to ease for much easier for now, just put in remark A, B, C, D, and up to I here. And dependency, okay, information on dependencies and week required. Okay, so week required 3 weeks, 4 weeks, okay, 5 weeks, 8 weeks, all this. And so for this particular example, okay, exercise, okay, one that I would like you to have is on the Gantt chart. Okay, siap bagi dah. Siap bagi. Sorry, I'm giving you the answer already. Okay. But I can change all these figures actually. We required here, okay, or even the dependencies, and then you can get different answer, right? Okay, so for this particular example, as I mentioned just now, okay, have right that I can give you, right? Can you see clear? Or because I want to show you actually these two diagrams. Okay, can you see clearly? Boleh tak nampak? Boleh nampak? Or it's too small for you?
Small.
Boleh nampak tak? Too small. Okay. Quite small. Okay. What? Why? Because I want to have a same view for this table and also the Gantt. Alright. It's okay. Alright. So with those information, okay, as I mentioned before, how we want to do, I mean in terms of how we want to to set on that one. Dalam kelas senang actually. It's much easier because you can have better picture on this one. Right. So for example here on conduct interviews in 3 weeks. Okay. Dependency dash here means no dependency. Okay. Administer questionnaire for which is B. Okay. It depends to A. Okay. So if we go for this one, very simple. So this is actually the Gantt chart. You can just put in the table here. Okay, which is for week. Okay, much here for this one. Let's say week required. Okay, so you should be careful in information that given to you. Okay, like is it week or it days, number of days. Okay, if days, if week. Okay, so here for this example is week. So week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so just give the number, sequential number here. Okay, and the activity, right, on the left column here, the first column. So for those activity without dependency, what it means before, as I mentioned, the one that you can start the activity immediately once the project begin. Okay, so means that A, C is the activity that you can start immediately because that no dependency. Okay, you have your I mean, you can study because it doesn't effect or it doesn't rely on any other activities. Okay, so meaning that A and C here you can immediately start. Okay, so A 3 weeks, C 4 weeks. Okay, hold on, I think there's someone wants to join in. Okay. Okay, so from here, so A and C, you can immediately start the project from left to right. So A completed in third week done. So C within 4 weeks completed. Okay, in week 4 done. Okay. The next one B, it depends on the A. Means that A complete, then you can start on B. Okay, so B here, okay, can be started at week 4. Okay, and it need 4 weeks. Okay, 4 weeks up to week 7. Complete week 7, then finish with um, A. B. Okay. Next is C, and then next is D. Okay. So for D, okay, D here, it depends on B and C, meaning that both B and C complete, then you can start on D. Okay. So B, okay, complete in week 7, then C complete in week 4. So it should be both, then you can start on D. Okay, so D can be started at week 8. Okay, week 8, and then D is for 5 weeks. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so in week 12, okay, you can complete on activity or activity D. Okay, and else is E, also B and C. So B here, C here, so meaning that you can start on E when both are completed in week 7. So week 8, you can start on E. Okay, here. Okay, E for 3 weeks. Okay, this one. Right, and then okay, you can finish E in week 10. Okay, F, which is dependency is on E. So E is here, then you can start on F. F is for 8 weeks. Okay, G, G which is D depends on D. Okay, D is on week 12. Then you can start on G, and then it's for 3 weeks. Okay, very simple, Boleh? Class, can you follow me? Anyone?
Boleh doktor.
Yes, yes.
Kan?
Boleh.
Simple. But sometimes you can make mistake lah. Okay. Overlook anything, but hopefully the things is that you understand, eh? Okay, faham ya? Okay, then on H, it depends on F and G. Okay, so tengok F here and G is here, so both should be completed. Then means that on week 19 you can have you can start on H. Okay, and I is depend on H, it will be 2 weeks. Okay, so from this Gantt chart, you simply can do the calculation, simple calculation. How long your okay, for this part is on the analysis. How long phase analysis will take you? How long? Okay, you already spell out everything about the detailed activity here and week required and dependencies. Then you can have this one, okay, to help you to calculate how long all those activities should be completed. Okay, so meaning that here for this, all those activity A up to I, it will need 22 weeks to complete. Right? Kalau from this diagram, for this particular diagram, which is a table here, okay, you cannot estimate in good way lah, you know, to help you to estimate better. Okay, from this one, Gantt chart, you can have the estimated completed time. Okay, right? Okay, oh, you confused here because I put input chart, this one, okay. In that case, you just put network diagram lah. Okay, saya tak nak you confuse. Okay. So this one, another one is network diagram. Okay, network diagram. Okay, better for me to put in one single name is better lah. Tapi confuse. Network diagram. Okay, I tak buat lagi, and then from there you can identify the critical path. Okay, so contoh, example of network diagram. Okay, since just now I search pakai network diagram, it give different, okay, different things here. Okay, so I put in critical path. Okay, so critical path, ini I just do a very simple searching, and then try to get one example of diagram. Okay, right. So on to identify or to know which one is the critical path, which is one of the drawings or notation that we can have is using this one. Okay, this kind of diagram. Okay, and for example here, okay, this is one of the example. Don't worry about the figures inside the box there. Okay, earlier start time and finish, later start. I will cover that one later. What I want to show now is that this is the diagram. Okay, the basic one that mentioned in the notes. This one kan. So notation itu can be varieties. If you go for a different reference book, sometimes slightly different. Okay, what I you to understand is that from this network diagram, the one that represent what are actually the diagram try to highlight. Okay, how the diagram can help you on the scheduling part. Okay, so first of all on the critical path. Okay, so on critical path just now. Okay, this is the activity lah. Each of the big box here represent the activity A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Okay, and all this actually also comes from the table that we used before. Okay, the information, very basic information. However, using the network diagram itself, it can give more detail on your scheduling part, especially on identifying the critical path, then also earlier start time, finish time, all that. And then from there, you may have more detail in terms of your time constraint. Time constraint because let's say okay, let's say just now, okay, we have this one, okay, we have this one, okay. Um, for example, for example, from this Gantt chart, D, activity D, you start on, estimated to start on week 8, okay? And the activity D, the dependencies are B and C, B and C, okay? So both B and C completed, you can start on D, okay? Meaning that for activity C, there are, I would say, what we call later is slack time, which is you have an extra time for you to extend that activity. In a case where possibly there is a delay, okay, okay. For example, this one. So meaning that activity B and C here, okay, should be completed. I'm repeating again in a way of to express also this. Okay, D, you can start D when B and C completed. Okay, so meaning that B done, immediately you can start on A. Okay, although C finish early, but still you have if you finish on week 4, meaning that is good. You are compliant to your time constraint. However, in certain conditions, C possibly can have a problem or anything that can delay the proactivity. Okay, in that case, for this particular example, there are extra, I would say, extra time for C. Okay, if anything happen, it can be delayed up to week 7. Okay. Other example, for example, let's say for activity D is B and C. Okay, activity B and C. Other than that, E, B and C. For E, B and C. Okay, B and C as well. For others, let me see. For example, G, it depends on D. Should be okay. H, F, and G. H, F, and G. Okay, for example, another example is on H here. The dependency is F and G, and meaning that for G, there are extra time where there is a flexibility for the team that can do some arrangement in the case of there is some delay. Okay, so the red colored here meaning that the extra time that can be allocated for the activity, okay, before move on to the next activity which have dependency. Okay, usually when they have two, okay, when they have two activities dependent. For this one. Okay, class? Ada soalan? Any question?
No, Doctor.
Okay, but right. So for that, that is one. Now, talking on the critical path, I think it's clear, class, on the critical path. Okay. For this one, for this particular example, just ignore about the figure there. Let's say A duration is 10, F 15, G 5, DUR is the duration, and then they have B 20, C 5, all that. Okay, can you identify from here how many paths we have? Path, number of paths. because from there you have to do the adding all those duration for each of the activity in the path, and then from there you can get the critical path. Adalah kat situ kan, dah ada mention critical path, but how to calculate? Okay, how to calculate? How to identify? Okay. Kira sikit. Okay. I pun sama nak kira.
4.
Ada four path. Path 1, okay, 2, 3 and 4. Path 1 which one? Siapa yang jawab tadi?
A, F, G, E.
Okay. A, F, G, E. Okay. And then from E, finish lah. Okay. So for path 1, A, F, G and E, how many? When you add up 10, 15, 5 and 20.
50.
50. Okay. So meaning that 50 days. In days lah. We assume in days. Okay. Path 2.
A, B, C, G, E.
A, B, C, E and E. Okay. How many days?
16.
16.
16.
60. Okay. Others? Path 3.
A, B, C, D, E.
Okay. A, B, C, D, E.
65.
Just now A, B,
B,
C.
C, G, E. G, Gaga.
Okay. So A, B, C, D, E go to
65.
65. Okay. Next,
A, H, E.
A, H, E, right? How many days?
45.
Okay, 45 days. Okay. So from this path 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So as mentioned, to identify critical path is the longest days. Okay, in here days lah. Okay, longest days which is 65, right? 65 days. Just now you have 50, 60, 65 and 45 just now, right?
Yes.
So meaning that is on the path 3, right? Path 3 which is A, B, C, D and E is the longest path. When you sum up all that, that is the highest figure, right? Number, the highest number. So that is the critical path. Okay. So okay, then you identify the critical path from this figure. Okay. And now from that one, what does it mean by critical path? Apa maksud critical path? What does it mean? Because why you identify critical path? So critical path is the one that the path, okay, the path means that the activity within the path there, which is here for this example, A, B, C, D and E is the activity which is critical. Why critical? Because those activity you cannot delay all those activities, because if you delay those activities, let's say you have 65 days, right? Just now to complete the project. Okay, meaning that if you delay one of the activity, then it will delay as well your project duration. Okay, that is very simple things lah. The logic is there, right? Okay, let's say A is 10 days. Okay, and it's under critical path. Okay, meaning that if you delay A or any of the activity, okay, then it will extend your project duration as well. Means that the project delay lah if you extend the duration. Okay, what happen if other activities which is not within the critical path? In this example, okay, for F, G and H. Okay, meaning that for F, G and H, you can you have flexibility, I would say. Flexibility to do some extension. However, how long? Okay. The question is how long? Okay, you can do some arrangement to delay or to do extension on that activity which are not under critical path. Okay, for example here F, okay, duration is 15 days. If not under critical path, then you can modify. But how long? Okay, so with that, network diagram can help you to do the estimation. Okay, help you to do estimation. Okay, how long you can adjust those activities so that at the same time it also not affect the project duration. Okay, you can use that using earliest start time, earliest finish time, latest start time and latest finish time. I will cover that later. Okay, how to make the calculation. Okay, so for now that's it. Hopefully you understand on that the spirit behind on the Gantt chart or the network diagram. Okay, boleh kelas? Okay, okay.
Okay, doktor.
Okey, doktor.
Dah makan. You have to breakfast already. Dah makan semua? Or brunch?
Belum.
Belum. Dah sempat.
Baru bangun.
You have class at 8 or 9? No?
Masih di atas katil.
Masya Allah. Subuh ke tidak? Sejak tak ada lah. Ada yang tak ada. Tak sempat. Okay. Subuh wajib ya. Okay, right. So, for now, that is the thing. Okay. What I want you to understand now is that on the Gantt chart. Okay, Gantt chart is very straightforward just now, kan? Very straightforward, just you have to be careful. Have to be careful in terms of your drawing lah. Okay, when you use tools it's very simple. You just put in the data, you put in the all those figures and then you come out with the diagram lah, Gantt chart. Okay, however, we would like you to explore more using your drawing lah. Okay, kalau just now in the class, face-to-face class, I prefer to have drawing on the whiteboard lah. For now, this is the for now lah. This is what I can show to you with the example. Any question for this one? Okay, Gantt chart. Any question? Right.
Doctor,
Yeah.
dependency shows that the output of the activity will be the input for the next activity, is it?
We don't say as input and output. Like the way of to start the project. To start the next activities, you have to make sure that the dependency comply. Okay, meaning that if you just spell out here means that to start on B, you have to make sure A is completed. Okay, this is what it mentioned here lah. How it means, what it means here. Okay, so with this dependency, it gives certain constraint for the next activity. Okay, before you start any activity, you make sure dependency is clear. Means that to start on D, for example here, make sure B and C completed. What it means there, right? So instead of week or duration here, okay? Why? For example, in reality, you are not starting design unless your analysis are. If you go for the traditional one, okay? Sebab sekarang ni banyak on the incremental kan, on the agile. If we go for this direct example here, phase and activity, okay, in reality, usually project they will have a clear analysis on the requirement first before they start on design. Okay, so that's why And even from design to implementation or coding, okay, usually they already have a clear analysis and design, then pass over to the programmer for the coding. Okay, that is in reality. So in a way of to make sure the complete, for example, analysis on the requirement, okay, the team or the system analyst dah satisfied dengan dia punya with their requirement specification, and then they move on to the design, which is the detail design. Okay, general design and detail design. Okay, so in terms of that, um, uh, you have to realize the activity, you have to put in the activity clear, okay, and then to make sure, because this planning, this scheduling actually will be followed by all the team members by the project, although in progress they will modify here and there, but at least there is a guideline for the scheduling, okay, before the project start. Okay, they have, okay, this is activity, this is what we need to do to make sure the project complete on time. Okay, so with that, you should have your detailed activity, you should have your planning properly, and everyone are follow. Okay, because it's not only on the scheduling time management, but also on the monitoring. Because when project manager, he or she have to monitor the project. So what they have is the guideline based on the project planning and scheduling, right? Okay, so instead of what we have here, very straightforward, and then one is network diagram. Okay, so what I want you to do now is do the basic drawing, which is have box and lines, and then also this lah macam ni lah. Okay, just a very basic one to have this one. Okay, a box here with the activity and duration, and then you have the line. Itu je yang saya nak. That is what I want you to have now. Okay, can you create that one for this particular example? Okay, for the exercise. So for this one, can you make the drawing now? Okay.
Doctor, for the network diagram, do we need to put the dependency like in the slide, or we use the template like you show on the Google?
Okay. Actually, here also represent the dependency. Kalau you tengok, am I correct?
The arrow.
For example here, okay, to start on F, it depends on A, right? To start on B, the dependency is A. Nampak H, dependency dia A. Okay. And what on this case, okay, to start on G, dependency is F and C. Okay. And E, there are three dependencies here. G, D, and H. So instead of you have the table and mention dependencies for each of the activity, but here also it represents that kind of way, but it's not mentioned in the table, but it's in the diagram. Okay. So how we want to start on this one? Itulah nak tunjuk susah kalau whiteboard senang. Okay. Try. Okay. For this one. Okay. For this one, network diagram. Okay. Start kat sini. I baru nak start buat macam ni. Before tak pernah pakai this one, usually last 2-3 semesters I'm teaching. So for the online class, not yet start dengan macam ni lah. Okay, but I think should be no problem. You can just simply use the drawing lah. Okay, let's say. Okay, so meaning now that, okay, for here, okay, A is 3 weeks. Okay, you can start with A. Okay. Okay, put in. Okay. Just patient with me lah. Put in drawing tu kadang kita lebih suka write down on the paper. Kan? Okay. Or you can start together with me how to do the drawing, ya? Boleh? I use paper now. Okay. So, same with you. Have the paper. And then we start together. Okay? Boleh? Class?
Boleh.
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 You have your pencil
Semestinya.
here, lagi senang. Okay, can we have around 10 minutes or 5 minutes for that? Okay, sambil-sambil you all nak minum dulu. And yang mana belum breakfast, please consider sambil-sambil buat sistem.
Goreng nugget.
Nah, apa dia?
Rendam Maggi.
Alah.
Goreng nugget.
Sambung 3.
Hai. Makan heavy sikit pagi. You need the energy. Not only energy working, but also thinking, kan?
Alik gosok gigi lu.
Ya, jangan tahu lagi.
Okay, so 10 minutes, boleh? Okay, nanti kita nilai.
Boleh.
Alright. Taufik. Taufik baru masuk ni. Okay, before I forgot, kan macam mana you nak draw? If you just like this one, you can start with mana tambah teks ni? Okay. Okay. Patutnya saya buatkan satu diagram besar.
Kalau draw atas kertas je tak apa ke?
Mana? Macam mana?
Draw atas kertas je.
Boleh. Draw atas kertas senang. Saya nak tunjuk di sini tapi lah. Tak best pula pakai word ni. Okay, selalu kita akan buat start dulu. Mana? Jadi kita buat show you. Okay. Okay. Have okay. Kalau you boleh nampak, can see now?
Yes.
Okay.
Doctor, you need to unblur the image.
Boleh, Doktor.
Saya buat blur ke?
Gambar boleh, Doktor.
Yes.
Kat mana ni blur ni kejap. Setting ya?
Tak tu yang turn off background blur tu. Dekat situ je. Bawah full screen.
Bawah full screen. Setting ya. Dia nampak bilik air yang tak berapa nak cantik ni kan? You know what? Okay. Oh no, sorry, again.
Tu doktor.
Ah,
Atas lagi. Itu.
okay, just tunjukkan apa yang dekat belakang dengan box semua. Right. Dah. Nampak?
Dah.
Okay. On the example, previously I did mention start and finish kan? Even dalam apa tu diagram tu pun ada yang start and finish kan? Tak ada, yang ni tak ada. Tak apa. So what we have here is actually you can put in one apa tu satu box here yang mana represent start and then di hujung nanti on your right finish. Okay, and then you can start with right apa tu drawing the activity yang tak ada dependency. So contoh yang tadi, our example just now, okay, A and C kan tak ada dependency, so you can start from start here and then you draw A and C. Okay, just simple diagram ya. Okay, and then put in the apa tu duration for the project, how many weeks. Okay, so then you continue with others, right? Okay. Nampak tak tadi? Nampak
Doktor,
ya?
kena tambah milestone doktor, tak payah
Saya.
So buat 9 je lah.
Boleh dah
Tambah.
bagi example.
Oh, faham.
Itu tak ada milestone kan? Tak ada milestone. Sini tak ada milestone kan? Just follow this data. This apa? Okay, dah ke? From start to finish. Finish here means that
Yes.
on the proposal,
Kan?
present proposal, prepare proposal and present, prepare proposal and present proposal, which is on the H and I, and then finish. Okay, finish here means that for this example analysis lah, for the phase analysis. Okay. So you have your drawing now. Okay. From the drawing, this is my simple drawing lah. Start and finish. Tak cantik sangat lah. Just a draft kan. If you use apa tu ruler and use your apa tu proper drawing, lagi cantik lah kan. This very simple one lah. Okay. As long as you made the drawing carefully and then present all the apa tu data or the figure that mentioned in the table. Okay. Okay, this is very simple one. So this is network diagram, very simple. Okay, which is you transform from the table there and then comes to a simple network diagram. Okay. So from this one, we can also interpret or understand. If you don't have the table, still you can have all those information inside here, inside this drawing. Okay, as from start, okay, we can start the project and then we can immediate start A and C, other duration up here, okay, right. And then you up from your left to right here, you understand what are the activities from this drawing and what are the dependencies among the activities. Okay, boleh? Okay, so from your drawing this one, can you now identify how many paths you have? How many paths you have?
4.
4. Okay, right? Okay. Ya keempat.
Yes.
Okay, so path 1, yang mana? Which one is the path 1? The first one?
A, B, D, G, I.
A, B, D, G, H, and I. Okay. Second one?
A, B, E, F, H, I.
A, B,
E, F, H, I.
okay. Next. That one?
D, G, H, I.
U, D, G, H, and I. Okay. Fourth one?
C, E, F, H, I.
E, E. F, H, I. Okay, yang lain boleh? Others? How many paths you have?
Same.
Huh?
Same.
Boleh.
Boleh ya, 4? How ada yang dapat more than 4? More than 4, anyone? Or 3 or 2? Boleh ya? So you can see the path here. Okay, from those sequence of activity from the path, and then from there you make the calculation, adding all those duration for each of the activity, then you get the figure, kan? You get the number. So for the first one, how many weeks? A, B,
19.
C, H, and I?
19.
19 weeks. Okay,
Yes.
big enough. Okay, next. Second one?
22.
Okay. Third one?
16.
16. Okay. Okay. The fourth, last one?
19.
19. Okay. Okay. So all the same, 19 for first half, second one 22 weeks, third one 16 weeks, and the fourth one 19 weeks. Okay. Anyone? Any question before I proceed?
No.
Okay, good, huh? Right. Okay, so meaning that the critical path is which one?
The
Critical
second
Part
path.
2.
path 2, which is 22 weeks, right?
Yes.
All right. So if you look from your Gantt chart also, we estimate 22 weeks. So meaning that if you Gantt chart also, you can identify, okay, how long the project duration. For this one, for this particular example, 22 weeks. You use network diagram as well. You can identify with the critical path, and you get how long the project should be completed, which is also 22 weeks. Okay? Okay, can you see what what we can have from these two notation, which is Gantt chart and network diagram? Boleh kelas?
Boleh.
Yeah.
Boleh.
Boleh doktor.
Hmm. Okay, very simple. Very simple. With the simple network diagram. Right. Okay. So meaning that activity A, B, E, F, H, and I, okay, is the critical path. Okay. So usually for this diagram, you can put in sort of indication. Okay, you can bold the line, um, or you can put in like here. I show you. Hold on, F. Okay, either you can bold the line to indicate the critical path, or you can put this kind of things lah. Okay, just cross or anything. If you have your highlighter, you just put in lah. Okay, draw which one is the critical path. Okay, when I ask you which one is the critical path, you can put in, okay, or maybe you can put in a legend there. Okay, this is critical path, right? Okay, so for my diagram here, I just put in sort of like this lah. Okay. Anyway, just to indicate which one is the critical path. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Who's talking just now? Apa yang cakap tu? Abinesh?
Yes, betul.
Ya bola ke?
Cakap dengan siapa Abinesh? Okay. Right. So next, okay, before I move to others, this is others mean there are one other things that we can identify in terms of the what we call slack time. Okay, slack time. Okay, slack time. Slack time we cover later. Okay. So for now you have done understand on that on the basic drawing on the network diagram. There are some also provided down here is other example. You can do your exercise later. Okay. Of course, this is a very famous question lah in your midterm. Okay, how you want to conduct on the online midterm, it still under discussion, but for the normal one in the face-to-face classes, this is very famous lah. Okay, on the drawing part. Okay, so you can use this example for your exercise to understand you on producing or drawing Gantt chart and also network diagram. Okay, from there you can determine project duration, what we have done just now. Okay, and other part is on the slack time. I will cover later on the slack time. Okay. So this is example of a question when we have in the online normal face-to-face class. So you can also do your exercise for this one as well. Another one, question 4 here. Okay, seems like the same, but sort of in terms of arrangement lah. So another one that also important I should highlight here is that our just now we have duration in weeks, right? Means that very clear. Okay, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks duration. Okay. Another way is that also possibly you can highlight number of days. Okay, this is a bit not tricky, but you should carefully indicate because week it represents here weeks actually 1 week you have 7 days a week, but how many days you are working days. Okay, some company they have 5 working days. Even some usually private they have 6 working days. Okay, on Saturday usually half day maybe. Okay, in the way of which one, it depends to the company how they set or how their arrangement in terms of the working days, right? But in general, that is to simplify for this particular example, just put in weeks or days. Okay, so talking about days for this example, okay, let's say here to be more realistic, ya class, to be more realistic. For example here, okay, if you go for this question 4, okay, table below contains 8 activities of a software project, dependencies between activities and also duration given. Okay, assume that days a week. Okay, 5 working days a week. Okay, meaning that 5 working days is the day allocated for 1 week. Okay, and assuming as well no public holiday. Let's say last Thursday we have public holidays and then we have Hari Raya, all that, right? So many occasion and also public holidays, right? So throughout the implementation of project. So given here also the project start on 30th September 2019. Okay, so in that, okay, so given duration, okay, and dependencies. Okay, so very basic, produce Gantt chart, produce network diagram, okay, determine the project duration and finish date of the project. Okay, so if you're looking, for example, task A here, duration in days, 15 days. Okay, if we transform based on this assumption, okay, 5 working days a week, meaning that task A 3 weeks. Okay, because it spell out days. Okay, so days here the working days lah. Okay, and B also 3 weeks kan. C 2 weeks, D 2 weeks. Okay, and others. Okay, just to give you some realistic situation here, and then usually if we give you this kind of question, you can look on the you punya calendar, and then from there you can do the estimation. Okay, it doesn't affect anything here unless the question asking you very specific. Okay, for example, finishing date of the project. Okay, you can do the estimation because you have the you have your critical path. Okay, just now let's say 22 weeks, right? So meaning that 22 weeks, if 1 week is 5 days, so meaning that 22 times 5, right? A very simple calculation lah. But finishing date here, using the Gantt chart, okay, and also using the network diagram, you already have your estimated completed time, kan? How long the project will take. And from there, you can possibly you can refer to the calendar and then you look for that. So you have the finishing date of the project. Okay? If asking you very specific, when? Okay? What is the date? Specific date. Okay? If tak ada, if not asking for that, don't have to lah. So just to take note on that lah. Yeah, okay. Provided already here, you can use this this specific files for your exercise, okay, or even using paper, okay, your own papers, much easier for you to understand. Okay, sometimes drawing on using book is a bit difficult. Okay, we have another half an hour. Anything to ask?
Doktor, kalau ada soalan tarikh tu kan,
Ya.
dekat atas tu kena letak tarikh ke?
Okay. Boleh. Can put in the date there. For example, in our lecture notes kan, very specific there. Okay. Which one the easiest for you? As long as you can answer the question. Okay. For me, it depends what you want to highlight in your answer. For example, this one specifically is only represent in terms of the scheduling. This one, right? I didn't put in the date yet. Okay. But if the question asking you that one, you can do the estimation using this diagram, put in the detailed information, and from there you can get the answer. Okay. So either one. Okay. As I mentioned just now, you can estimate project duration using Gantt chart. You can also using network diagram pun, and also you can identify, kan? Okay, so either one you can use as long as you get the answer. Okay, but if the question asking you very specific, for example here, produce, you have to do the drawing, you get 3 marks. Produce network diagram, you get 3 marks. So it's spelled out very specific. But if you want to answer the midterm kan, but for this particular class, of course you have to understand all lah dulu, so that from there you can do. Okay, very specific. Just now what I'm saying. So either you want to put in the duration as well, of course lah, and the specific date is up to the question and also to your own convenience lah. Okay. I want to show you this one. Okay, for example lah, because from here actually this particular example dia masuk everything here, right? There is also duration here for 8 days 41, ada milestone. Okay. Usually kita tak minta usually what we ask actually a very basic network diagram, and also later on the slack time lah. Slack time nanti we go very detail lagi. So for now that's it lah. Okay, for your understanding. Okay, so we have done this one, critical path. Okay, dah buat kan just now. So hopefully you understand on that part. Yeah, any other question? Okay. If no, can I proceed to the next one? Okay, instead of these two, part 1 and part 2, I also add on network diagram. This is actually, I mentioned just now, notes from a snapshot from a book. Okay, but I believe this one we explain better on the hands-on about network diagram as well. Okay, that's why I keep mention network diagram, because this is they mention network diagram here, right? Okay. This is one. Okay, possibly more detail. Of course, more detail from just now. What we have a single box here. Okay, for A, for example, right? Okay, but now we have start and finish, and each of the boxes kita akan have a small boxes inside there, right? Example here. Nampak this slide? PDF, this PDF file. Boleh class? Okay, so start, we have conduct interviews, investigate other system and other things here up to finish. Okay, 8 here is represent the duration. Okay, this is represent the duration. Tak apalah, no matter how it's weeks or days, not important for now lah. What we want to highlight here is that in terms of network diagram, and then we have the information related, which is okay, this one, earlier start time, later start time, okay, and then we have as well latest start time and latest finish time. Okay, so that is what important here. Okay, so meaning that in one box, okay, divided into several part there, okay. Just me a drawing. Earlier start time, latest start time, and the another part is this one, latest start time, and latest finish time. Okay. So for the next this one actually what we are going to calculate on the slack time. Okay, slack time. Slack time, what is slack time? Slack time is the one that shows from this estimation we can identify how is there any possibility the activity can be extend or delay. Okay, if yes, how long? Okay, how long it can be delayed? If not, usually is the one that we identify the slack. We identify the critical path. Okay, so from this example just now, nampak tak? Nampak tak? You all nampak tak saya punya ni? Okay, nampak diagram ni? Nampak? Tak. Okay. Mana lah? Okay. So from this actually, okay, so from what we want to have now is the answer on the slack time. Jadi each of the activity we have to calculate their slack time for each of the activity. Okay, and to make the calculation, we have to identify which is on the LST, LFT, all that, EST and LST. Okay, latest start time, earlier start time, all that. So from there we can have the answer on the slack time for each of the activity. Meaning that for conduct interview, what is the slack time? Okay, investigate other system, what is the slack time? It's a number or figure. Okay, it's a represent the duration. Okay, duration for the slack time. Okay, then from that, okay, what we have is the one we know. Okay, of course, under the critical path, activity under critical path, we cannot negotiate in terms of the what we call it extension or delay. Okay, meaning that for this just now, example just now, okay, those activity under critical path, their slack time is equal to 0. Okay, when you do all this calculation later, you will have a figure, we have a number which is slack time for the activity under critical path is 0. But as well, you have to calculate other activities which is not under critical path. Okay? Not under critical path. Okay. So next, what I'm going to cover for Wednesday is on the calculation for this one. Okay, done on this one, you understand this one, then we finish on the chapter 2. next week I can proceed with chapter 3 on the cost estimation. Okay. For now, what I want you to do is that before we end up the class, to read this, to do the exercise on the part 1, scheduling part 1 and part 2, which is on the network diagram and Gantt chart, that's it, and also identify critical path and project duration. Okay, if the question is about slack time and other things, just ignore for now lah. And then we can do that part after we finish this particular network diagram using forward and backward paths. Okay, this is one of the technique to identify the slack time. Okay.
Doctor.
Yeah.
Gantt chart.
Duration is in the days.
If in days, yes.
Can we convert it to weeks?
If days here, you don't have to convert. Just follow directly from the table.
All right.
To you. Okay, just transform directly to the you don't have to convert. You don't have to. So it depends. If days, just directly convert into days. If weeks, into weeks, or even month. Okay, usually weeks and days lah. Anything else? Okay, so it's your homework. Okay, to do the exercise and also do these particular notes. Okay. Maharas, are you there? I call name now for the attendance. Maharas, where are you?
I'm here.
Huh?
Yes, bro, I'm here.
Okay. What's
Can
it?
you hear me? I'm here.
Yes, doctor.
Huh?
Yes,
What's
doctor.
it? You are there? You stay here in Malaysia or
No,
where are you?
I'm in Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. So, how's Bangladesh on the pandemic?
It's
Yes.
not so well. We're trying our best.
Stay at home, huh? Okay, hopefully everything goes well. Lah.
Yes.
Okay. Maleha?
Yes, doctor. Yes, doctor.
Ani? Ani?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, good. Liu? Liu? Abhishek?
Yes, doctor.
Okay. You are here, Abhishek, in Malaysia?
Yes, I'm here in Malaysia.
Okay, good. Muhammad Sohiduzaman?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Moach.
Yes, doctor, I'm present.
Good. Aina?
Ada.
Ada Muhammad Faris, ada? Ada. Taufik, Muhammad Taufik.
Ada.
Zaidong is your father?
Ni ke
Taufik?
doktor? Saya. Yeah.
Your father is a Chinese or what?
No, just Muslim.
Huh?
Muslim.
Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Kedah, but my father from Terengganu.
Oh ya, yalah nama Zaidong very unique lah.
Rarely to hear.
Jawa, doktor.
Ha?
Okay, Pak Ji.
Again, tak jelas.
Taufik Jawa.
Apa itu?
Macam mana pula orang jadi Jawa?
Jangan dia Faiz. London kot.
Paris ni. Buat cerita ni. Okay, Abhinesh.
Yes, Doktor.
Okay. Syazwani. Syazwani ada? Syazwani? Ada? Fahim? Adlin?
Ada.
Okay. Syahrul Syazwan.
Ada.
Aisyah?
Ada.
Nurul Syafika?
Ada, Doktor.
Nur Syarifah?
Ada.
Muhammad Hanif?
Ada Doktor.
Muhammad Khairi?
Saya Doktor.
Nurul Fatihah?
Ada.
Nur Anis? Pesan, sorry. Sikit.
Yes, Doctor, I'm here.
Ya, Anis ada. Anis driving.
Yes, Doctor.
Okay. Azimah. Nur Azimah.
Yes.
Muhammad Faiz. Faiz, are you there? Ada? Okay, Syazwani ada. Ada. Faiz ada Faiz? Where are you Faiz?
Ada.
This one, New Wu Francis of God. How to pronounce this? Siapa ni kawan you all ke?
He's present.
Yeah,
Doktor, I'm here.
yeah. How I can call your name?
Just call him Francis.
Francis. Okay, Francis. Yeah. Are you staying here in Malaysia?
I don't think he can open his mic. He's been texting.
Yeah. Francis, orang mana ni? Where are you from, Francis?
I'm Nigerian.
Oh, you are now at Nigeria? Are you now at Nigeria?
No. I'm here in Malaysia.
Okay, good. Okay, Lin Jiayin?
Yes.
Ada?
Yes, I'm here.
Francis, are you good? You can understand what I'm delivering in class? I'm teaching in class, Francis?
Yeah, just sometimes I can't understand Malay.
Okay, try to understand lah. Try to learn Malay as well while you are in Malaysia. But you're taking your Malay class, right?
Yeah, I took Malay class.
Yeah, actually when I speak Malay, I did also mention in English. So you didn't miss anything actually, don't worry. Okay? Right.
Okay.
So Abdul Wahab,
Yeah, here's Doctor.
where are you from, Abdullah?
I'm from Yemen.
Yemen. Okay. Chapman, Sabah? Chapman? Not here? I'm just afraid there is still a student cannot access. That's why I'm afraid of, because we already in third week. So hopefully everything goes well. Zanziri? Zanziri? That was Zirui. I call you Zirui or not?
Yeah.
Which one? Zan or Zirui?
Yeah.
What do you mean here? Which one?
John Z3.
Zan. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Zan, you are you? Sorry to ask. Are you Malaysian? Because I didn't know you, so I have to ask. Are you Malay? I mean Malaysian or Chinese?
Chinese.
Chinese? From China?
Yeah, from China.
Alright. Which part of China?
Sichuan.
Again? Which one?
Sichuan.
Oh,
Sichuan State.
alright. Okay, so we have mix of from several countries, right? So hopefully, if you don't understand, you can ask direct to me during the class, or you can ask after the class. You can still communicate with me, right? If any of you prefer to have like
I have to the lessons from week first week.
again, sorry,
I
you
have
just
attended attended the class from the first week.
you have the class. No,
I have
okay,
take all the class. I have.
okay. So if you have anything on chapter one, you already finish on that. You can ask me later.
Okay, thank you.
Like Google meeting, you can have the meeting and we can meet. Or if you don't understand or anything, it's up to you.
Thanks.
Right. So Liu Wei is not around, right? Syazwani ada kan? Okay. Shadman? Not around, yeah? Shadman? Okay, so we have two students not around here. No. Okay. That's all for planning and scheduling. Another part is on the slack time just now for the drawing. You can have that one on Wednesday. Then hopefully we can finish chapter 2 and move on to the next one, chapter 3, cost estimation. So it's important for you to do the exercise. I give already the question, okay, those part 1 and part 2 on scheduling. So make the exercise. If you have anything, you can ask me later. Okay. So with that, if you don't have any question, you can end up the class.
Sorry, doctor. Did we submit it or?
No, for now you don't have to submit. Later I'll give you a quiz, then you have to submit. That one will take you mark. You give a mark for that. Okay, for now, just for your own exercise, you already understand, then you make the exercise, okay? And from there, hopefully you more you can, because when do the test, usually it will give limited time, okay? So more practice is better for you lah, on the drawing side.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you, doctor.
Yeah, for an exercise only. Okay, if there is any quiz, I will mention earlier. Okay, if we have quiz next week, means that I will inform the class a week before so that you can prepare. Okay, for now, we don't set any quiz yet. Like today afternoon, okay, around 4 o'clock later, I will discuss with the other lecturer, okay, for project management, Dr. Nurhayati and Dr. Safarina, so that we can have a more organized for all the group lah. So it will be standardized for all these 3 groups. Alright, so with that, if you don't have anything, so we end up here and then we meet on Wednesday for the next class. Right, so thank you for joining the class. Okay, see you next Wednesday.
Thank you, doctor.
Doctor,
Yeah.
can I know how many group for our group project, group members?
The numbers of each group maximum is 5. Okay. Other arrangement, we will have a briefing later. Okay. So for now, you can select the team members. It's up to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so if you have any friends that want to join your group, you can have your own group now. Okay. Because later for week 4, we already have title, project title. Okay, you can think of that one. Okay, as I mentioned before as well, you don't have any programming or what, just a documentation. Okay, just a brief idea about your project. Then what we covered in your report, actually what we covered in the chapter. start with the planning, scheduling, costing, all that. So follow exactly the chapters that we are going to cover the whole semester. That is what you are going to include in your report with your own project. Okay, project title, and also what you have to put in the detail everything about the project. So the guideline, everything we will provide to you. Don't worry. Matter of you have to work together in your team. Okay, and from there you come up with the report. Okay, of course throughout the semester we are going to monitor your progress, project progress, because we don't want towards the end then you just concentrate to send the report, then your report will be it's not good lah. So what we're going to do is to monitor week by week, or from like 3 weeks time, then we asking you to produce that report, specific report, the next one and the another. Okay, so much easier to monitor that kind of way lah. Okay, although we understand that you have many other projects, right, with other subject, but that is a better way so that you can produce a better report later at the end of the semester. Okay, because with all those report, of course, you have to submit at the end of the semester, but by progress, you can prepare early and then you can finish one task to another. Task here means that those activity that within our project activity lah. We will give you the guideline later. Okay, the detailed guideline will be given. Okay, so don't worry, just matter of now, select your own team. Okay, so maximum is 5, can be 4 or 5. Okay, in the case of maybe there are balance 1 or 2, maybe I need to ask the group to let the rest who are not having any group to join in. So it can be 1 or 2 group will be more than 5. Okay, but not so that we want to do to make sure that the group the nice group lah, means that not too small, not too big. So sometimes it depends on the number of class. So for now we have 32 no sorry 31. So means that if 5 means that we have around 6 groups, so it's good lah. Okay, not too many groups, and also in a group also not too many students. All right, so with that, thank you so much. Okay, see you on Wednesday. All right, so bye-bye. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you,
Thank you, doctor.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, doctor. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Doctor.